Hey, what's up, Garcia? How you doing? Hope you are doing well. You're playing Supporting Fire? It's fun, man. It's so much fun. I could League start it next patch. I really could. I'm having a blast on Supporting Fire. It was. What was your favorite build so far this league? Probably my Supporting Fire Tactician. Either that or the Potion Pathfinder. Those were both really fun builds to make. I think my Potion Pathfinder was my favorite build to cook of the league. But favorite to play was the Supporting Fire Tactician. Hey, what up, Kadachi? How you doing, bro? Private League tomorrow? Yeah, Private League is tomorrow. What's up, Holy? I am going to be playing a Coaling Strike Witch Hunter. How did you like the parry changes? It was great. I very much enjoyed playing parry. I wish that my computer was working for when I was making that build, because I would have loved to stream it. I didn't even really make a full build or guide of it, but I really liked my Potion Parry Pathfinder. It was super cool. It was really cool. Yeah, I didn't hate parry. I mean, it's a fun build, Chains. It's a fun build, so. We got a lot of splinters to do. We're probably not going to do all these tonight, though. We're probably going to go do other stuff, too. Oh no, it's a boss. Oh no. He's not even hitting me half the time. You can do it, buddy. He missed. He missed again. I'm standing still, man. There he goes. There he goes. I love doing Simulacrum on the Supporting Fire Tactician. You literally just like held left click and just watched everything die. It was so much fun. Like I said, if I were to play the Supporting Fire, like if there's a league start like for 0.5 with no new classes, I would maybe league start a Tactician for that build. It was a blast to play. About 70 did Megala yesterday? Hell yeah. Yeah, the Megala jackpots can be big. But even then, just like the isolations and all the distillments are just so, like, they sell so well. I'm so excited for tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna stream the league start. I'm gonna be like going hard. Tomorrow might be a long stream. I don't have any chat commands for the private league yet, but I can get you the link real quick. Give me a second. There you go. I'm hyped for it. I'm really hyped for it. I like the build that I'm going to be doing, and it's going to be like a fun challenge to like be in the limited economy and stuff. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. No problem, Holy. No problem, man. Where are the isolations at? But yeah, I did a solo self-found run today. I got to level 41. Or 44 or something. I forget on my Witch Hunter. Played Spark Arc Witch Hunter. And that's probably what I'm league starting tomorrow. What's up, Jason? What is spirit requirement on Amulet? It just depends on, like, if you have the spear with the modifier increased spirit reservation efficiency skills and the percentage roll you get on it. Because the better that, the less you need. Mine's only 33. And I'm able to support everything. But if I had more, I'd have, like, more stuff, so it's like... It's a dance, you know. I just happen to have a good spear with it, so that makes it helpful. Hey, tomorrow's a new league season. Yep, tomorrow's the private league. Yep. I believe it's like 11:30 or 11 a.m. my time. And I should be live for it. What's the private league? It's like you pay, like, you don't have to pay to be a part of it, but like someone essentially pays GGG money to set up a private server. Oh shit, Rampage is about to kill me. That was close. So it's just like it's like a separate league with a different economy. It's like a fresh start. Same rule set of the current league, I believe. You know, same XP rates and stuff, but they're just it's like a separate economy. If you ever played like private servers from MMOs and stuff, they're like kind of like a private server, but like through GGG's client. It's not like it's like a separate client or anything. Like, yeah. I don't know if Miso has posted the Prada podcast to YouTube yet. We recorded it earlier today. It was our longest podcast yet. It was 3 hours and 3 minutes. We'll see what the comments are like. I'm sure, I think I'm gonna piss off a lot of people that episode, but I loved it. I loved it. I want to get Prada back on ASAP. That was my favorite episode yet, maybe. It was like our longest one, so it was like a yap session of non-stopness. It was fun. But yeah, it should be alive tonight. Usually Miso is like uploading it and like time stamping it and editing it like throughout the day. So like, it should be up any minute now, or like any hour now. Like usually Miso uploads them day of, so. We didn't get crap for loot that run. Yeah, that was Simulacrum 3. Yep. That was Simulacrum 3. We can we can basically full AFK Simulacrum 95% of the time, but there's sometimes like stupid mod combos or like you get bad luck on like what one of the bosses does and you can die, but it's pretty good. Pretty good at being like semi-AFK. Yeah, it's not posted yet, but I imagine it'll be posted sometime tonight. What about the actual season? It's still there. You can still, like, the actual season's not over. The private league is just like, it lasts for a month and then it disappears, but the real season's still there. It's just like a it's just a mini little side thing. Temporary. People go in. It's got like, it's sponsored by Mobalytics, so there's like a bunch of little challenges and stuff. So like the first person to like double corrupt a headhunter wins $30. There's like a guy that dies, put a $1,000 bounty out that if anyone can beat him to level 100. So it's like a little side thing. It's temporary, but you know, it's a fun community type event. Any good money in here? Yeah. Even ignoring Megalomaniacs, like, Isolations are selling for, what, 3 divines? How rare are those diamonds, would you say? Maybe 1 every 5 to 10 runs. They're pretty rare. And a lot of the time, they're just, like, complete whiffs. Like, sometimes you'll get, like, good ones that sell for, like, 10 to, like, 20. And, like, obviously the really good ones sell for hundreds. But most of the time when you get one, it's, like, a really bad one. You shouldn't, like, really depend on megalomaniacs as part of your profit for farming Simulacrum. You get an okay amount of raw divines. I want to say, like, a raw divine every 2 to 3 runs. But, like, obviously most of your money is off of distillment. But nope, I've got it to where I can basically full AFK as Thorns, and I've also automated Scavenge Plating, so like, I don't do anything, and it can clear really well. It only gets nasty whenever you get like the scary modifiers of like a multiple of like, if you get a double boss spawn when there's like a recovery mod while there's like one other mod going on, like it can get hairy, but for the most part, it's full AFK. Hey, what's up, High Kicks? This is Thorns. This is my Thorns Shaman. Almost all people will be playing there, am I right? I don't know about all people, no. Like, private leagues are definitely going to be, like, niche, but this one's gotten pretty popular. I think it has over 10,000, sign-ups already, so it'll be enough to have a decent economy, but would like most of the community go and play it? No, for sure not. I'm sure most people don't even know about it, you know. Streamers are popular and all, but most people don't watch streamers, you know. There's a lot of casuals who'd never watch a streamer in their life. Immortal? I wouldn't say immortal, no. You can die. It's pretty damn close, though. Like, it's not immortal if you're AFK, right? Because if you're actually attacking stuff, you get so much extra leech from barbs and quill bursts that then you're immortal. So if you're actively playing, you're pretty fucking hard to kill. But for full AFK, if you're depending on only like reflect to heal, it can, like, in very specific situations it can get hairy. But like when you're doing this, like when you're actually helping, like you're pretty damn unkillable, like, because you're dumping, like, if you look right here, this is barbs. Every time I rapid assault, I'm doing like 6 to 7, like 6+ like rapid assaults, you know, every few seconds just by holding right click with it, especially with like the dudes. So like when you're actively fighting, like you're actually unkillable because you have so much leech going on. But for full AFK, you can die, but it's very rare. Like, in Simulacrum 3, I'll die if I'm, like, full AFKing versus, like, the worst possible situation. But otherwise, I can full AFK. And in other content, Tier 16 maps, I mean, I killed Uber Arbiter. Like, I have a video on my channel of me killing Uber Arbiter yesterday with this build, so... You can handle just about everything. Expensive to make? Kind of. Since I've been streaming it the last few days, people have been buying up a lot of the stuff for it, so it's getting more and more expensive by the day. Can this build try Monkey Slam, for instance? Yeah, so I was doing, my friend Proper Panda, he has a juiced temple. It was like 60 rooms or something. And the monkey boss spawns in there, and I was face tanking him inside a super juiced temple multiple times. There are very specific ones that I can't tank, like, but for the most part, this face tanks a lot of shit. Yeah, the runes are getting more and more expensive. They were dude, Bruce, they were 24 Exalted Orbs a few days ago when I started making this build. And over the last few days, they've gone up so much. And one of my viewers says he plays Hardcore Trade. On Hardcore Trade, there was only one on the market for 1,200 Exalts. So it's just, yeah. Teethings are getting very expensive by the minute. And I haven't even put the video guide out yet. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a bad time to play Thorns, sadly, because, like, when you play Thorns at the beginning of the league, you have enough people farming the megaliths to where you'll have plenty of teethings in the economy. But at this point in the league, who the hell is farming, megaliths, right? So, like, the supply is just going to get smaller and smaller, and, there's going to get more. This happened last league, too, by the way. By the end of the league, playing Thorns was, like, so expensive because of the tithings. Where will the bosses spawn? Up here? Chaos Seeds. Ate them like a champ. Ain't scared of Chaos Seeds. Where will these bosses spawn? Over here? Or over there? Reduce recovery range mob over there. Where'd he go? Come on, give me that isolations. Where are them isolations at? I don't think I've gotten... I bought splinters for 50 runs, and I'm keeping tabs of all the distilled emotions I get. Or whatever the fuck they're called. And I don't think I've gotten the isolation yet with the 50 I've bought. I'll check after. There's another suffering. We've gotten a lot of sufferings. Any good Thorns built on Titan? Yeah, Titan's great for Thorns. Titan's always been the best Thorns build. Yeah, one of my viewers, Heel Root, he's been talking about doing a, he's doing a Pounce tech for Thorns that he says is going really well for him. He's going to send me a video of it at some point. Yeah, if the private league wasn't coming out tomorrow, I'd probably be messing around with Thorns more, but... second win league starter, I'm going to go a Witch Hunter. I'm going to go a... I think I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to do an int-stacking Culling Strike Witch Hunter. I'm going to try and remake my Bulletstorm build, but using, like, caster skills instead. I don't know. It'll be weird. Okay, so far, this is what I've gotten. of all the runs I've done. I think it's like we're at like 12. So I've gotten 0 isolations so far, which is like horrible luck for me. Usually I get lots of isolations. What's this private league I keep hearing about? Here, I'll link it in chat. The second win private league. It's just it's a little separate like 1 month league. It like you only have the characters for a month. When the league ends, the character moves to standard. It's gonna have like a normal rule, like no boosted XP rates or anything like that, but just like a separate economy, fresh start. It's got over 10,000 players. If it's full, still feel free to sign up. They're increasing the cap all the time. But yeah, it starts tomorrow. A lot of big streamers are hosting it. Alcohol, Dead Rabbit, Sir Gog, Talking to Try, and Mobalytics. And there's bounties. There's a Discord for it, and there's these things called bounties that, like, if you do a challenge during the league, you'll win money. One of them is I created a challenge with Mobalytics. So it's a $30 Steam gift card as a prize. If you kill Uber Citadel Jamanra with Thorns by standing in his lightning coil in phase 2, you win. Like, you're the first person in the league to do that and upload a video of it, you win the prize. There's a lot of prizes like that. First person to double corrupt their Headhunter. Guy that dies has a $1,000 bounty if anyone can beat him to level 100. So it's like not just like a fresh start with like a bunch of new people trading and being a part of the economy, but there's also these fun little bounties, little challenges and stuff. A bunch of streamers are taking apart. I know myself, Miso, Dead Rabbit, Prada, Alcohol, Guitarholic, Sir Gog, Jazzarus. There's like so many streamers in the Discord already. I'm sure there's plenty more I haven't listed, but try. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing something weird. Hey, what's up, Panda? How you doing, bro? But yeah, it's cool. Anyone can sign up. It's free to sign up. Is Simulacrum worth doing? It is worth doing if you're a streamer who can just sit here with an AFK build, talking to his viewers while casually making currency on the side. Is it worth it if you're someone who knows how to make currency per hour and like, no. Like, it is profitable, yes, but like, Simulacrum is so slow, like, you know, it's a fixed currency per hour rate that, like, you can't, like, suddenly make Simulacrum go faster, right? Versus, like, so many other farms, like, have, like, almost exponential scaling to how much currency per hour you can make. So, like, is it profitable? Like, if you do enough runs, like, if you go do one Simulacrum 3, right? They're like 3 divines per run right now. You might not make 3 divines in that run. But if you do 50 runs, you're gonna make money, even off of, like, ignoring megalomaniacs. But, like, I can't, like, recommend, like, you know, buy splinters and spam this, like, 2 or 3 times, because you might not make out, but it's good enough, you know. The megalomaniacs, like, sell for a lot, and so do, like, some of the distillments. Like the isolations are 4 or 5 divines depending on when you sell them. Yeah, Sim only good when you want to AFK and watch TV. It would be amazing. We've talked about this plenty, Panda, but if you got experience as well, I would be getting this character to level 100. But it's capped at 15k right now. They've also sent requests to GGG to increase the cap, too. So, GGG gave them 2,000 free slots. But yeah, if it's full, just sign up. You will probably be in tomorrow. Because also people can donate to make it bigger on its own. And I know other streamers have been donating as well to make it bigger. So, just sign up and you should hopefully get in. But they did send GGG gave them 2,000 free slots, and they've sent them another email asking for more. So. Really? I've gotten 5 or 6 megalas now. Most have been busts. But some have sold.
Are you trying to cleanse yourself of me?
Think you're starting Whirling Assault or Iron Ward build? Hell yeah, Minosuke. You're so hyped for tomorrow? Me too, man. I'm a big fresh start, Andy. I love these kind of things, so... anytime we do a PoE 2 private league, I will be hyped for it. And based off how popular this one has become, that was just kind of like spontaneously done and like announced like a few days before, like it's already like successful for sure. And I'm sure Mobalytics is going to want to sponsor one of these every league. So I imagine every PoE 2 league we're going to have a fun little challenge private league. What's the point of the private league I can play on a regular season? It's a fresh economy. Some people like the fresh starts. And then there's the challenges. There's these things called bounties, where if you're the first person to do something in the league, you win money. But, you know, otherwise, no. There's no reason. The private league's only 30 days, and when it ends, the character moves to standard. So, you know, it is for people who very specifically want to just have a short, you know, little experience with a smaller community. But the trade site works, like all the trading features work. Did you see the Mjolnir Resonating Shield build I linked, Cal? I haven't looked at it yet, probably, but I'm assuming it's the one that Panda, or not, excuse me, Rabbit featured on the podcast today. Was it from, like, Pig or whatever, Panda? Because if that's the case, yeah, Rabbit featured it on the podcast today. There's probably less RM team private leagues for sure. I would be shocked if like a gold buying or a currency buying website like had a section of it for a private league. So yeah, I would assume so. Yeah, Pigman. Yeah, we saw it on the podcast. We saw Rabbit Showcase on the podcast today. I see the pod yet. I don't think Miso has uploaded it to YouTube yet, but it was live on Twitch. The longest podcast we've had yet. 3 hours and 3 minutes. And I'm sure the comments are going to be really upset. But we'll see. I've been playing Supporting Fire Tactician. I love that build, Coop. I love that build. Possibly my favorite build of the league. Honestly, I feel like everyone's still playing PvE 2 right now who wants to do it. It's definitely a fun thing to do. If you're, like, aware of, like, that it's going on, you know. A lot of people want a fresh run at the temple, so... And that's what I'm most excited about. Like, if I commit to this character for, like, you know, 2 to 3 weeks, I keep re-rolling every 4 to 5 days, so my temple always sucks. So this gives me the opportunity to actually build a temple I care about, you know? New league, new econ, right? Yeah. The private league is, like, completely fresh, you know? Everyone's new characters. There's, like, only going to have, like, 15 to 20,000 people playing, and, like, a lot of them will quit after the first few days, so it's, like, you know... Super expensive chase items will be awkward to get, but for the most part, it should have enough people to do whatever you want. I mean, the shield, Resonating Shield builds look awesome right now, so... Pig is sick for another one of those, because I don't know if it might have been me. I think I showcased Pig the first time on the podcast. With his Resonating Shield Bleed Poison per Lift build. So he's just a Resonating Shield god. Hey, what's up, Hunter? How you doing, bro? Give me an isolation. Where are the isolations? Can you show mapping? Yeah, I might do some mapping later. Right now we're AFK Simu farming though. Born to be Thorn, hell yeah. Well, I was thinking we would get a patch before the private league, you know, but I guess that was copium. We didn't end up getting a patch. I think they're moving on to PoE 2 though, or PoE 1. Sprint stunned. Oh no. Sprint stunned. Oh no. Getting poo root. I mean, yeah, I could still technically drop in the morning before, but... Here, I'll do a map since someone asked for a map. Where's the map? Player res. That sucks. Maybe not that one. Sure. We'll deal with armored. What's a map? Where's a fun map? I don't want to do a boring map. Do I like Rust Bowl? I like Rust Bowl. Well, I got a Radiated Breach Abyss. Let's see how this goes. I didn't change my bars. I forgot to get Ferocious Roar. Why y'all down there? I don't have my armor break set up. This is not my mapping setup, so the DPS is going to be a little bit awkward. It should be a little bit faster than this normally. This is not my mapping setup. This is my AFK Simulacrum setup, so my damage is a little bit worse. Well, because it's a limited economy, things won't be, like, so insanely priced on it. So, like, you should be able to get certain stuff, but, like, you know, obviously the OP stuff is going to be competitive, but, as long as you're not chasing, like, crazy tier 0 uniques from, like, pinnacles, I think you'll be able to get most stuff after a day or two, or a week or two, you know. But yeah, that was the map. You know, mapping's really easy on it. It's like, it's good, it's super free. Do I have like ritual splinters I can show? Where's my my roar? Here. We'll take off Wind Dancer for now. Okay, I'll show you a Pinnacle boss. Again, this is my my AFK Simulacrum setup, so I'm like more lean to the tankiness. I would have way more damage from over here. I wouldn't have this anointed, so like this is not 100% accurate on what the maximum DPS should be. But it still should be a fast fight. Would you hit me, fool? He's just like not doing any attacks. Quit dodging backwards. You're not getting away from me. I can feel the damage loss. This is so much slower than my setup yesterday. I'm missing like 100% crit damage bonus, and I can feel that damage difference. Like, it is very significant. My AFK Simulacrum setup is way less damage. You're using thickened arteries? What's thickened arteries? Is that over here? Nice. That's cool. That's smart. I did the Corrupted Blood one because I was dying to the boss that does the Corrupted Blood stuff everywhere randomly. Oh right, you can stand underneath the tornado on this guy. Man, I can feel that crit damage bonus loss. That was crazy lag. Yeah. It's so funny how much of a damage difference, because I normally, like, when I was farming yesterday, like, Uber Arbiter and stuff, I had, like, all this crit damage bonus stuff. I had Throat Seeker anointed, but now with my AFK Simulacrum setup, that's just, like, more tanky. It's a little bit slower boss kills. This was, like, a 15-second kill yesterday. 10 seconds, maybe. But at the AFK Simulacrum setup, you just have to be so tanky. So you sacrifice some deeps. Yeah, Trenched Embrace makes a difference. Like a lot of people were using Focus plus Scepter to be tanky, but like the 3-socket Trench makes a difference. I know there's quite a few people wanting to play it for the private league, so I hope people will have a good time in it. But yeah, Trenched Embrace is great for it. Yeah, 3-socket Trench is too expensive. It was way cheaper whenever I got mine, by the way. Mine was about 15 divine. Ugh, allergies. From my understanding, the Shrine buffs don't buff supporting fire. So I think the people that are doing the Shrine Mace are baiting themselves. I never actually tested it myself. See if there was like some weird interaction with the Shrine Mace. But I don't think the Shrine Scepters buff like the DPS of supporting fire. And you can't get, like, the palm ones anyway, so it's just, like, random defensive ones. I could be wrong, though. But, yeah, I did think about doing, like, a Giant's Blood setup on my, supporting fire tactician. Never actually ended up testing, the Shrine Mace. Yeah, exactly, Panda. I don't think it works. Yeah. You can get strength too, but all you really care about is it being the scepter that spawns the minions, and then it having a lot of spirit, and then the minion skills. Hell yeah, not your hacker. Crafting prints money this league. I mean, every league, so not just this league. Big dub, though. Congrats on the Divine. Yeah. I've been thinking about bricking a lot of my gear with corruptions and stuff, too, but...
Are you trying to cleanse yourself?
Yeah, I'm curious, Panda. I want to see what people are playing. It's gonna be fun. I'm really hyped for the private league. Fear.
You can't get rid of the exile.
Yeah, all the rampage builds look super fun. I'm definitely taking a gamble on my league start. But we'll see. It'll be fun. I'm gonna do my best. Does the, anyone know if the Widow Hail tech still works for Spark? I think I want to try that first. The Widow Hail, Quiver, projectile skills, projectile speed thing. I think I want to do that with Spark on the Witch Hunter. Honestly, I could just go Swan plus Focus or Staff as well. But I might try like projectile speed cheese with Widow Hail. You still doing the Witch Hunter? Yeah. It does still, yeah? Cool. Then maybe I'll try and like buy an early Widow Hail and get some good quivers and just do Spark projectile speed cheese on the Witch Hunter. Yeah, I know it got nerfed, but from 1.0 or 0.1. I just couldn't remember how bad it got nerfed. I don't know if I'll be able to pull off reverse chill in the private league. That'd be cool though. You can post it in chat. But I don't AFK the final waves. I've been fighting them. I die when I AFK the final waves too, so it just depends on what happens. Sometimes I don't live, sometimes I live. How do I do tier 3 breach? I mean, you just need more crit damage bonus. More Thorns damage. It's like a 35-40 second fight for me. I mean, your life is absurdly low. You have 2,100 life. I'm at almost 3,000 life, and I still die when I'm AFKing. Like, your life is just grossly low for trying to AFK Simulacrum. Barely over 2,000 is not enough. Everything else looks fine to me. You're also missing like, you didn't do all of your interlude acts, by the way, bro. You're missing the 5% maximum life from Interlude Act 2. If you look at your PoE Ninja and you look on and you scroll down to the passive tree, it shows you all the, like, campaign stuff you're missing. And you're missing 5% maximum life from the campaign. That won't make up the 700 life you're missing. But yeah, I mean, you can't... You said your character's exactly set up like mine, but you're missing 700 life. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know? That is absolutely a lot of life. That is like... You're almost missing a third of my life. And even I get hairy death sometimes. So you're just missing life, bro. You're missing life, and then, yeah, you're missing the 5% from the campaign, so that doesn't help either. You gonna test that most of your gear is missing life? Well, that would be why you're dying a lot. Life stacking with Leech is one of the best defensive layers in the game. The more life you have, especially with how much damage our Thorns is doing, the better, so... You know, Titans can get up to 3,500, 4,000 life and stuff, so... But yeah, life is super important for Thorns. If not your most important stat, so... I have no idea if, like, the Tactician build would be a good League starter, because, like, when I did it, like, so my leveling guide shows, like, 4 strength stacking uniques you can use. I didn't use all of those. I completely forgot about 2 of them. I only leveled with Astramentus and I think Titan Rod. I didn't level with the other 2 stat stacking uniques. So you could get, like, so are all 4 of them required for it? No, but I did level with Astramentus and I did level, I don't think I leveled with Pillar. No, because it was a Tactician. Pillar doesn't matter for that. I was leveling with Trench Timbre for sure. I don't remember what the 4th, let me pull up the guide. A supporting fire only attack. What was the 4th leveling unique? Oh, it was Meganords, right. So it was Meganords Girdle, Titan Rot, Black Sun Crest, and Astramentus. I think I only leveled with Astramentus and Meganords. I didn't level with Black Sun Crest. Maybe I did have Titan Rot too. But I had Astramentus. And you're not going to have Astramentus on League launch. Isn't it only like a tier 0 or a tier 1 unique? So, well, I left that envy on that ground, fuck. You know, I can't say. You would probably have to supplement, some of the DPS in the campaign with, like, minion skills or something, right? I don't think it would be impossible to play, though. And I know a lot of people have said they're playing the supporting fire tactician for the League start. So, like, there will be people crafting gear for it, and people that will be playing it, so, like, in a private league, when you know people are playing a build, anytime an item drops for that build, those people are going to immediately trying to sell them. So, I think it'll be fine to play, but it, like, it won't be as smooth as a leveling experience that I had, because I had, like, the Lineage gem as well. I had bidding 3 and 2 from an early level. I don't know when you would get those normally, so I can't say, honestly. I just did not League start it, so. What skill would you tank from tier 3 Breach Boss? All of them except for this one. What is your actual Thorns damage? Right now, my damage is way lower than it normally gets. With Scavenge Plating, I'm at 34,000 with 290 crit damage bonus, 100% crit. But this is my AFK Simulacrum setup. I've gotten it like way higher with my normal setup. But for this setup, I had to lean into defenses, so... it changes depending on what I'm doing. What are your pros, cons of being a game dev? The pros are... I mean, it's the coolest fucking job in the world. There's nothing more fun and cooler than making video games. Video games are like the ultimate creative medium. They can, you know, you have all these different forms of arts. You have storytelling, you have music, you have actual art, graphics. And then there's also an art of system designs. There's also like art of the UI and shit. Like, game development is a culmination of many different artistic styles, but also it's like, you know, executing on ideas, executing on like, it's got infinite creative freedom because you're creating whatever you want in a, you know, a sandbox world of code where you can make whatever you want to come to life. So like, it is just the ultimate creative expression to me. That is what I love about it. Like, if I have an idea, it's how can I make this work? Not like, can we, like, it's not like, you know, you just follow your own dreams and stuff. It's very fulfilling as a creative person who likes, like, I write and do a bunch of like a lot of creative types of hobbies and stuff, and there's an outlet for all of it via game development. The cons are just how stressful it is, like how difficult it is to get into initially. You're constantly like, it's a very self-conscious job because like in your head you have a vision of what your game should be, but like you lack the skill, the money, the know-how to pull it off. So it's what I call making compromises with, like, you have to compromise the game, compromise your vision of the game because your skill set is not good enough or you don't have the funds for it and stuff. And that's always depressing, you know. Whenever you release a patch or a game or a build of it, like, it's never where you wanted it, ever. Like, ever. You always have to make compromises with yourself because, like, it'll never be good enough because you just didn't have enough time, money, know-how, and it's constantly, like, that's a depressing battle where it's just like, damn it. And then, of course, just, like, all the other problems with the game development. Like, becoming an indie game developer is super hard. Like, there's a lot of RNG with whether your game pops off because of how the Steam algorithm works. Oversaturation of the market, like, you know. This is the era of the indie game dev, but it's also very hard to become a successful game dev, so, I don't know. It is fun, though. Yeah, Burnout and Tide deadlines suck, for sure. We, like, leading up to... We released my last game into early access in the middle of the PoE 2 League, and, like, we were working, like, 60-hour work weeks leading up to it, just, like, super stressed, and, like, and even now, like, I'm still doing early access patches for the game and stuff. It's just... it's non-stop. Especially when we're a small team. We're originally 2 people, and we recently brought on a friend as a third who helps a lot with QA and stuff. Did Miso post the pod? If the pod's out, go watch the pod. Oh, it is out. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Path to Exile podcast. We'll see how many people are pissed off about me talking over Prada twice. Wow, this is actually a 3-hour podcast. Holy shit. Let me post it in the Discord and the Twitch chat. Here's the podcast with Prada from earlier today for people that want to watch it. Oh, I bet the comments are gonna be pissed at me that episode, but we'll see what happens. You gonna be live in 3 hours? I don't know. We'll see. I love Prada, dude. That was my favorite podcast yet, and it was 3 hours. That's the longest podcast we've had yet. Posting the Prada podcast in the Thorns Discord. Yeah, I'm happy we had him on too. He's a really good yapper. We're definitely gonna get him back because that was my favorite episode yet. We start every episode with what we call bro talk, where it's just like catching up, like really quickly, like what you've been up to the last week and stuff, and we just kind of like talk about what's on our mind before we dive into the show notes. And for this episode, we were in bro talk for like 90 minutes. Like, we didn't get to the topic list for over 90 minutes because Prada just kept bringing up shit he wanted to talk about. And it was awesome. Like, he was very, like, most guests are very, like, I don't want to say passive, but, like, or timid, but, like, they're not good at, like, asserting themselves. And Prada was very assertive the entire podcast. Like, he made sure that, like, he was talking over us plenty. He was, like, getting his opinions out there. It was awesome. Like, Prada like immediately gelled in with the four of us perfectly. It was a great episode. And like I said, we've never had a 3-hour podcast before. That was just 3 hours of us talking about PoE 2. It was awesome. Yeah, Try likes to copy us. Try is like, he's our biggest fan. He loves the Path to Exile podcast. He watches it every week, and when we announced that we are getting Prada on, well, he was like, well, I gotta get Prada on too, so. But no, Prada's been, like, exploding, deservedly so. Hey, later, Panda. No worries, dude. Oh my god, the comments are already toxic on the podcast towards Rabbit. Oh my god. Every week, me and Rabbit get the weirdest haters. Well, I get why people hate me, but I don't get the Rabbit hate at all. At all. I don't think he rambles that bad. At all. I don't think he rambles at all. And I think his points are always spot on. But every week, there's just people that, like... I don't get it, man. Every week, there's, like, people who are like... I guess they've never dealt with anyone who's ESL before. But I don't think Rabbit rambles, like, at all. Like, I don't know. I always love what he says. He always has good points. But... the comments are, like... always like, I can't stand Rabbit, he rambles, and I can't stand Kaltorak, he talks over people too much. I get why people are upset at me. I get too excited and I want to talk. Like, I'm trying. Every week I try not to do it. I promise I'm working on it, but I get why people get annoyed by that. But I don't get the Rabbit. It's obviously a very small minority of the audience, but I don't get it. I love Rabbit. How many data devs do we have in here? I mean, I think the Path of Exile community is full of, like, you know, this kind of person. Will you ever get Fubgut on the pod? That'd be a tough one to do. I like Fub. I don't know if he would even want to come on the podcast. So that's where, like, most of it would come from. Like, I don't know if he would even hang out. His community is intense, too. It's not Fub I would be worried about. I would love to have Fub on. I don't think he would say yes, but I don't know how his community would even want to hang out with the tourists. I would not have an issue with Fub, though. I like Fub. That's the best way to say it, Sarm Cahill. Specifically that. Yes. That is exactly how I feel about it. I think Fub is very chill. I've always liked his feedback to GGG. I've never personally had, and like a lot of people give him shit because of how he plays the game. He's usually one of the ones, like, you know, breaking the economy. But as a developer, I love those kind of players personally. But no, I have no issue with Fub. I would love to have him on the pod. I don't know if he even does podcasts outside of his own. I think Dead Rabbit asked him once forever ago, and he was like, I don't have a webcam. But like, we had Prada on who doesn't have a webcam, so. Well, a lot of players that come on our podcast are playing on stream while they're on our podcast. Like King Kongor, he plays while he's on the podcast and stuff. So like, Bub wouldn't have to pause the grind, but I mean, there's a lot of people I want to get on the podcast. Like there's a huge list of people I want to get on. I like Anime Princess. I think that guy's cool. I would like to get him on the pod. I would like to get Lazy Exile on the pod. I want to get Jorgen on the podcast. I want to get Oscrix on the podcast. I really, really, really want to get Jorgen on the podcast. I love Jorgen. Jorgen is my favorite, man. I was going to do like an interview series where I was interviewing build makers forever ago. And I did a 2-hour interview with Jorgen, and the audio of it got completely fucked up. To where I never got to upload it. And I would love to get Jorgen on the pod, because I like Jorgen. Oh, am I dead? I was standing in that Ignite. Yapping too much. Oh, I committed suicide. Interesting. I wonder how I died there. It looked like I had an Ignite on me. It didn't look like Corrupted Bud. We see, sometimes I do still die. It's not completely deathless. Jorgen features your builds? Yeah, Jorgen features my builds. Like that, I talked about this 2 days ago on stream. There's a Russian YouTuber who does community builds of the weeks, and Jorgen. And every single league, I make one of their videos, and that's like one of my, like, I don't know if goals is the right word, but like, to me, it's like a little badge, right? Like, I made a Jorgen build of the week this league. Like, that means like, you know, if I can do it every league, that's like a... I'm happy, right? Like, I don't know if, I guess that's a goal. I don't know if goal is the right word, but like, yeah, maybe it's a goal is the right word. I would love to make his build a week every league, and so far I have. It's 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4. I've made a Jorgen build of the week. How much did the Thorns build cost? I mean, for me, it was a lot cheaper to get online, but at this point, the prices have increased a buttload. Who are other creators I would want to get on the podcast? Sergog, Dreamcore. Love to get both of them on. Jazzarus. Gonna have to get Jazzarus on one day. Yeah, it's up, Bella. Yeah, ultimately it's a build-making podcast, so we talk about build-making. So, like, just getting on any cool build-makers I want to do. Again, we have Rax. Rax is going to be on this Monday. So I'm hyped about that one. Rax is, like, an ARPG GOAT. I know Diablo and shit gets a lot of crap, but, like, I enjoyed D4 when I used to play it. I eventually quit it because I stopped enjoying it, but, like, I'm a big Rax fan. I'm hyped to have him on. You gotta get Jazzarus on? Yeah, I want Jazz on. I like Jazz a lot. I love Rax. Yeah, me too. He's cool. Yeah, as always, really, he's always really good at, like, I don't know if white knighting is, like, people will call it white knighting, but, like, Rax is always, like, I almost never see Rax negative. Like, no matter what happens, Rax is like, hell yeah, this is gonna be an awesome ARPG. He's just like dude that's excited for ARPGs. Like, that's just it. So it doesn't matter what happens, he's just like, oh yeah, we got all this new stuff, yeah, like, you almost never see, like, whenever the community does these big knee-jerk reactions, Rax almost is always, like, one of the people that's just grounded, you know? He's just like, oh yeah, this is awesome. Like, this is good. Like, oh, no new endgame rework? That's fine. We got Druid. Like he's just always just, yeah. I like Rex. But he's also just played a lot of really dog shit ARPGs with shitty devs, so he just genuinely probably just appreciates GGG. What are you going to play for second wind? I'm going to be doing something weird. Ever since in the Thorns Discord with Panda, we talked about Quinn will be a hilarious. I don't know if Quinn would ever come on our podcast or not. That'd be an interesting one. A dream one for me would be Mouthil. Mouthil has always been, even from like my PoE 1 days, Mouthil has always been my favorite creator. So if there was anyone we could ever get that's like my like #1 pick, like one of them was Alcohol, and I already got we already got him on the podcast, so like Alcohol and like Mouthil were like my dreams. It would be cool to get Ziz on. I would love to talk to Ziz about the game, especially after the Turris video. I like Ziz. I would love to talk to Ziz about the game. Yeah, there's a huge list of creators we want on the podcast. And every time we ask people on and they say yes, it blows our mind. Like the fact that we have Rax coming on this Monday is crazy. We've had Darth microtransaction on twice, like, that's crazy. It's also crazy that we've already done 25 episodes of the podcast. 25 of them, like, it's just flown by. But yeah, there's a huge list, like, because I don't want just small creators, I want big creators, or big creators, I want small creators too. There's so many good small build creators, like up and coming. Like, again, I said Anime Princess earlier. He's not necessarily small at this point, but I would love to have him on. Is his name Dreaded? He just started making PoE 2 builds this league. I believe people say he's a, what's that other ARPG? The one that just became pay to win with classes. He's like he's a big creator from that game. Dreadful. I love his build. Last Epoch, yes, thank you, Joe. He's from Last Epoch. I love his builds. I love the way he presents his content. Like, he is very much like, I got inspired by Mouthil for my builds. If, like, you watch my builds, usually when I open my videos, it's, like, 2 to 3 minutes of, like, story time with the build. Like, I'm like, hey, this is, like, the cool concept I was doing. Like, I'm showing it off in a fun way, and then you dive into the build guide. A lot of people start their builds with just, like, straight into the math and stuff, and it's not much of a showcase. It's, like, maybe showcasing a single map, but, like, Dreadful, Mouthful, those guys, I love the way they showcase their builds. Like, they're trying to make their own, they're really just trying to showcase their build in a cool way, and, yeah, I like Dreadful. I would love to get him on the pod. I love his builds. I love his approach to the build making. I mean, we already got Captain Lance on. That was a crazy pickup. I would have never thought Captain Lance would have come on. I don't know, we've had an awesome podcast run so far. Obviously, the dream is getting GGG on. I send them many emails begging them for interviews. With any developer, doesn't matter who. One day we'll get a... We don't have to do, like, you know, the Zizarin, like, pre-launch super hype interview. Or, like, I'm not asking for one of those, but, like, maybe a mid-league interview. Like, you know, like, it's, like, 0.5.1, we're, like, looking for a mid-league update type of interview. Like, those are the ones that we're trying to get right now. Like, obviously, any interview would be cool. But also, literally, I'm sure everybody on the planet is, like, emailing them every league for interviews. Like, Try and Destin seem to get a bulk of them. Gazzy and DM get some. Ziz to get some. Like, And I'm sure the list of people emailing them is way, way, way longer than that. Try to get the voice actor of Chujin on? That would be cool. It's tough because, like, we're technically a build-making podcast. That's what we pitch to Mobalytic, so we do have to maintain the theme of being build-makers in it, but we've had Tryon twice. He's not necessarily a build-maker, so... I don't like it when I click on a video and there's no showcase of the build. Me too. I get why some people don't. Like, some people don't like video editing. Some people aren't trying to be content creators. A lot of people are just, like, video gamers themselves who just, like, they made the cool build and they want to show it off to people. So I get why a lot of the builds end up being that way, but whenever I first started making PoE 2 content, and I was watching how everyone made their content, yeah, I just really didn't like how a lot of that was, like, how it was done. It was, like, people sitting in a hideout for 30 minutes, and then, like, you'd have to, like, click to end of it to see, like, a boss kill or something. And when I was watching a bunch of creators, Mouthhill was the one that was like, oh, he does story time of his build. Am I gonna die? Might die here. Yep. The Mana Drain. I gotta swap off Laviagas. I think Laviagas is bait. It was working for a while, but I think it might be bait. Because that entire time, I was just mana drained, and I couldn't even rake. My rake level is level 3, I think, and it's only 13 mana, and I couldn't even do that. And we could take Blood Magic, but then we lose all of our mana pool, so I think we have to run a Mana Flask. For just those moments. That's only happened twice. Now that's the second time I've died like that to mana loss, but like it would just happen again, so if you can't like Rapid Assault during that, you're just gonna die. And these Mana Flasks will they'll make up for that. So, like, I don't think, like, we could just straight up, like, ask the developer in the Discord if he'd come on. Like, you have to go, like, I used to do developer interviews with Blizzard. I used to do a Heroes of the Storm podcast back in the day. And, like, the way these companies work is you have to go through their media team. Like, you have to email their community team. Like, their community people are going to be the ones who schedules the meeting and stuff. Like, and they have to, like, and employees, generally speaking, have to, like, get, like, something like that approved. So, like, he would have to, like, go, hey, Div. He would, like, probably have to go ask the community team if it's even allowed, and then they'd probably say no, right? Like, maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's how it's always been. Like, anytime I've done developer interviews with, like, Amazon Games, Blizzard, or whatever games I've done them for, you know, it's usually a few hoops you gotta jump through. Can Thorns damage and power spells? No. Baddies making builds. Is there a cycle for skills? Definitely going to change my Oracle to Shaman for this. No. Like, at least with this setup, it's either you use Rake for, like, mobility, so, like, when you're mapping and you want to move around, like, Rake lunges you at the targets, so, like, you use that when it's mapping, but otherwise it's just Rapid Assault. Oh, wow, Haas is awesome. Yeah, I used to be big into Heroes of the Storm. I used to do a podcast called Town Hall Heroes. I used to be an esports commentator. I used to do, like, MLGs, DreamHacks, IEMs, BlizzCons. Like, I was a manager of Tempo Storm for a while and their competitive team. Like, I did a lot for StarCraft and Heroes of the Storm back in the day. Fun games. Oh, you know Rayned? Yeah, I know Rayned. Yep. He was my boss for a while. Had many dinners with him. Saw that Blizzard abandoned it? Yep. But there's supposed to be a Heroes of the Storm tournament or something at BlizzCon this end of this year, so there's like, they're doing something fun with it, but it's, you know. And it does get patches now. Like, it does get patches like once a month, but it's like, you know, you don't get new heroes and stuff, really. I did try Whirling Assault on a Smith. The problem is, like, you need the shield. Like, Whirling Assault was fine on the Smith, but, like, you ultimately want the shield. So you're basically forced into playing maces or spears, and Rapid Assault's just best. Pretty much, Sarm. Pretty much. Like, if you're mapping and you're using, like, armor break skill, like, you'll cycle the armor break skills. Like, sometimes I'll cycle Spear Stab with Exploit Weakness and Barbs 3, but, like, for the most part, it's very simple. Thorns is brain off as it can get. So actually I have enough passive mana regen that it's not awful without Lavianga, so... I figured this would be like getting emptied immediately, constantly, but it's really not without Lavianga, so... This is probably the better play. I won't have any more mana deaths. Where do you put the Aminamu Jewel? Is this one Aminamu? Oh, it is Aminamu. I put it there, you put it on Sacrifice of Flesh, and it gives you... Or you put it, and it changes this one to Sacrifice of Flesh. When taking damage from hits, 20% of life loss is prevented, then 150% of life loss prevented this way is lost over 4 seconds. So it's just like a nice little one-shot prevention trick. I'm simply not a Rapid Assault fan, same. The reason why I didn't want to play it, like, the reason why I didn't play Thorns until this long into the league is because all the shapeshift skills suck for it. And it was just like, well, if you're going to play Thorns optimally, you're going to have to play Rapid Assault again. Like, I leveled a Smith of Katava to 84 trying to make Whirling Assault work. And it was fine, but, like, you need the shield. Like, this game's trying to kill you. You have to be as tanky as possible. And shapeshifts weren't doing it. Quarterstaff wasn't doing it. You just need the shield. The shield's not just defensive, but it also comes with Thorns damage on it. So it's like, it's offensives too. And it gets sockets. It's 2 extra sockets for teethings. So it doesn't just have Thorns damage on it. You can put teethings into it, or tithings, excuse me. And then it's got additional physical damage reduction on it. It can get armor applies to elemental damage and armor applies to chaos damage. Like, it's too good. You can't give up a shield. You just can't. Not if you want to do this. If you want to do AFK Simulacrum stuff, like, you just... Hey guys, and welcome back to the... Sorry, I was setting the podcast with someone. Hey! I think that's 2 Divines this run. Yep. It's not worth it, Clockbuster. Why Rapid Assault? So, the way Barbs works is, you have Barbs 2, and when you get hit, you get 6 stacks of Barbs 2 every time. And the way Barbs works is, when you attack, you deal your Thorns damage if you have a stack of Barbs. So what skill can you use that gets you 6 attacks as fast as possible to unload all of these Barbs before you get hit again? There is no skill in the game that does this with a one-handed weapon. And this is with minimum attack speed investment. You can get it way faster. So, Rapid Assault's just the best tool for it. Whirling Assault, I mean, like I said, with a shield. I tried playing Whirling Assault Thorns this patch on a Smith of Katava. It's just... You can't tank one-shots without a shield. And even with a shield, I can't tank certain things in this game. So it's just like, how are you giving up the shield? Like, you could weapon swap Whirling Assault for mapping if you wanted to do that, but I'm weapon swapping a Talisman for Armor Break right now, so. But yeah, I tried to make Whirling Assault Thorns work. It wasn't bad, but definitely for AFK Simulacrum, you need the shield.
Nothing you do matters.
Do you racial at all? No, not really. You do it sometimes in, like, versus very specific bosses, but I, like, never do it. Why Shaman? Shaman overpowered. Bonded Runes are overpowered for Thorns. Extra Spirits overpowered for Thorns. Adaptations is overpowered for Thorns. Just, like, everything about it's just S tier for Thorns. Everything about it. Titan is arguably comparable. I would have to, like, min-max them side by side to see. Titan be Titan. I think Warbringer is also very good, but Shaman has the potential to be, like, if you had a mirror item in every piece, like, I can't imagine Shaman dying. But Titan's Titan, so. Yeah, the Laviangas was bait. Like, I'm having no issue maintaining my mana without it. Like, just as casual damage taken from mana before life. And it's just gonna save my life versus all the mana sap stuff that I was dying to. Like, completely solves that problem. Where's the Bullet Storm? It's dead. GGG deleted it with Nova projectiles nerfs. I'm trying to do a version of Bulletstorm, though, in the private league tomorrow. I'm going to be doing it with Spark. I'm going to be trying to make a version of it work tomorrow with Spark. I'm going to be playing a Culling Strike Witch Hunter, but I'm going to be doing it with Spark. We'll see if we can make it feel good. Because Spark has the similar effect, right? Where it's like ricocheting off of walls and stuff, like... So, maybe we can make it work. Thorns tagged as an attack? Nope. Thorns is only a hit. And then whatever element it's doing. So physical, fire, lightning, cold, you know. But Thorns is not an attack. Thorns is just Thorns, and Thorns is just a hit. Nothing attack scaling works with Thorns. Hell yeah. That sounds fun twice. That sounds really fun. Yeah, I'm doing goofy shit because I'm me. I should do something like... So, what I'm doing is I'm doing something weird, but if it doesn't work out, I'm just going to fall back to Whirling Assault Witch Hunter. So if, like, whatever I do just flops, I'll just swap to Witch Hunter Whirling Assault. Yeah, I imagine with, like, I assume you're using, like Herald of Ash for explosions, and you're using, like, Armor Explosion or whatever. 2 Divine Orbs? We take those. So I'm trying. That's what my plan is, Namgyu, but I'm gonna do it with int stacking. I'm like obviously trying to get these items in the private league might not be possible, but can you do this on Titan? Yeah, you can do Thorns on almost any ascendancy, honestly. Hell yeah, yeah. I mean, Whirling Assault on a Titan looks S tier. Yeah, I'll show you the setup in a second. Hey, we got a diamond. This is not like I won't show the setup in action, but I'll show you the item I'm gonna use. What diamond did we get? That was a good run. That Simulacrum had 4 divines, a suffering, and a mega. Alchemic oil exposure effect, adrenaline rush. Ooh. Ooh. That one might sell well. Adrenaline rush is 10 divine. Alchemic oil is 5 divine. So we got like maybe a 12 to 13 divine Megla. I'm gonna put it up for like... Have all my Meglas sold? I think they all sold. Hell yeah. Let's throw up for like 13 divine, see what happens. Let me show the character real quick. So I did do a solo self-found practice run of the character just because I hadn't leveled Spark since 0-1. So I just wanted to see how far I could get with like bad gear. I got him to 43. I'm just doing Culling Strike with Spark, Arc, Ball Lightning. Like I'm just messing with stuff. My damage was actually not that great and I got reasonably far in the campaign. But yeah, it's going to be just Culling Strike, Spark, nothing crazy with like what was... I was just messing with different stuff. We're going to see how it goes. But the character that I was supposed to show is this guy. I didn't actually do any seriously mapping with it. I only did tier 1 maps. But what I'm trying to do is with Hyri's Ire and Sorcery Ward. Like that combo's already sick, but you use this lineage gem here. The Line of Olroth, conquered by the Kalgur, it changes one of these into Knightly Tenants, where gain no inherent bonus from intelligence, but 1% increased evasion per 2 intelligence. So the hope is, since we're doing a caster version of Witch Hunter, right? You're going to be playing Spark, Arc, some form of lightning skill. We're already int stacking for that, right? So we just commit to int stacking. We get a super high intelligence. That int gets converted to evasion rating, which will be buffed by Hyri's Ire. And since we're doing Sorcery Ward Hyri's Ire, we should be able to get a pretty damn beefy Sorcery Ward. The problem is, can we get Hyri's Ire in the private league? I think this will be possible. It might be expensive, and it might take like a few days to a week to get. I think Hyri's Ire is possible. I don't know how common the Heroic Tragedies would be. The thing is, this Heroic Tragedy, the Line of Olroth, is like one of the least played ones. So if it does drop for somebody, I'm hopeful I can get it. But I will need Hyri's Ire, and I will need this. The gloves don't necessarily matter. The helmet doesn't necessarily matter. But, yeah, it's going to be an int stacking something sorcery ward, you know, Witch Hunter. Most Witch Hunter builds are bows or crossbows. I figured, why the fuck not? I love Witch Hunter. I love sorcery ward. Well, Olroth is cheap, but will it drop? Do those Heroic Tragedies drop in Temple? Because that's where I'm unsure on if I'll be able to get it or not. Like, if someone's got to get it, right? So it's a private league. Is there enough people playing in it? But yeah, that's my plan. We're just going to be doing a Culling Strike Spark build. We're going to try and emulate what the Bulletstorm did, where, like, you know, how the Bulletstorm was reflecting off the walls and stuff. Spark does that. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. That's my plan. I'm excited about it. You guys know I'm the biggest Witch Hunter fan. I play it every league. Multiple times. I mean, I've got 3 already, 4? How many? I've got 2 already, and then the one in the solo self-found league. So I've got 3 already, and then tomorrow I'm making a new one. Look how many Witch Hunters I have. Oh my god, I've got a problem. Oh no. Oh no, that's so many Witch Hunters. And I probably deleted a bunch too, because my character list is full. I need to start deleting only not witch hunters to where my whole list is witch hunters. That's what we got to do. Let's go back to Thorning. But yeah, that's my plan for the private league. I hope it goes well. I think it's going to be fun. I can't believe I haven't gotten a single isolation yet, though. That's some bad luck on that. I mean, this is pretty good, though. What are sufferings right now? Are they a divine over? Yeah, so, wow. So, 1.5 divine per suffering. So, even though we haven't been getting isolations, we got a lot of divine from just the suffering, so. Doing good so far, and I've been getting a lot of the raw divine drops, too, as well. Hell yeah. Now, armor-piercing rounds can be a great build. There's a lot of poison per lip and bleed ones that are really cool. You just can't do Bulletstorm as spectacular as I did it last league. And since, like, you know, I played it with as spectacle as much as it can, you know, it's a little disheartening to go revisit it right now. Everything expensive? Yeah. Yeah, isolations are expensive right now. Yesterday I got 5 of them on stream, and they were selling for 6 divines each. You could 3-to-1 them? I didn't know that. Bleed is how you solved. Yeah, Herald of Ash is just awesome. Not Herald of Ash, excuse me, Herald of Blood. Herald of Blood is great for clear. I love, like, the podcast comments, like, all of them are immediately like, 3 hours, hell yeah. It's like, it's so funny that, like, normally our podcasts are an hour to 2 hours, and sometimes when we go to 2 hours, we get a little bit worried, like, was that a little bit too long or something? But, like, people are, like, hyped for the 3-hour yap. Yeah, we talked for a lot there. I actually had to get up and go to the bathroom mid-podcast. I've never had to do that before. I drink a lot of water while we're on the podcast, though. Yeah, I mean, with so many people in the temple, that makes the stuff out of the temple have value. Look at Fracturing Orbs. Fracturing Orbs are like 12 divine right now. They're crazy. I went through the whole campaign with Armor Piercer, Herald of the Blood, Herald of the Plague. Yeah, it's great. I ended up featuring a build on the podcast last league of someone doing that exact build, and it's like, yeah, it's awesome looking. Absolutely cool. You sold a Willing for 16 divs? That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, that's why a lot of people are also excited for the private league, right? You know, you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about it. It'll be much cheaper in the private league. Hopefully. A good build to try by foreign divs, and I don't know what. Supporting fire is really fun. I recommend trying out looking at the video for my Supporting Fire Tactician. I don't know if you've checked out Supporting Fire yet. Takanashi. I had an absolute blast with that build. It is my favorite build of the league. 400 Divine is definitely enough to get that build like online for all content. It's not the best bosser. It can boss, but you know, it's just one of the best and most fun clears. Really good one-button build. Really good to level as a twink because it scales off of strength. So like you can very easily get a very high strength if you have Divine for the campaign. Like you just get the 4 uniques in the build: Mega Nords, Titan Rock, Black Suncrest, and Astramentus, and you just fly through the campaign, clearing off a screen because you have a lot of decks from Astramentus. And then when you get to late game, it's such a blast. So if you like good clear builds that are just like fun and chill like that, like everyone that plays my Supporting Fire Tactician just says it's such a joy to play. Not the most OP build, so if you're looking for like, you know, bang for your buck 400 Divines, like, you know, that can like one-shot Uber Arbiter, it's not that build, but it is S tier for fun. S tier for fun. Ulna Tolls is up to 130 Divine. I mean, yeah, that's true. If you don't have Ulna Tolls, that definitely changes the price of the build a lot. I still think you could get it online for 400 Divine, though. 400 Divines is fine with Ulna Tolls. Because Ulna Tolls is definitely the most expensive piece of the build. Like, you don't have to get a +3 Trench Trimbre. Like, you don't have to do all of that crazy stuff. All of the content I cleared with was only a +4 Scepter, right? Like, I never even got a +5 Minion Scepter, so... Is Prism to Scavenge Plating? Yeah. I got a Prism of Belief for Scavenge Plating. Yep. Which was 20 Divine when I bought it, and now they're crazy. Ul's at 170 now? Jesus. Well, Silly Lily, I loaned my Ulnatol, so whenever that's back, I'll be selling it. Hey, what's up, Young? How you doing? Gonna be 200 soon. I mean, I can't imagine what the price is gonna be like when I'm back from the private league, so. I assume I'm playing the private league for at least a week, so. Because I want to try and build out my temple. I haven't done a real temple run yet, so. WPod today, good discussion. I'm glad you liked it. I'm worried that we'll see if the comments get spicy, but I loved the podcast today. Might be my favorite episode yet. I'm selling my Supporting Fire stuff now because I can't afford oil. I had everything else min max. That sucks. That sucks, Coop. Yeah, oils is just crazy. I mean, did you try farming for it? I guess farming Breach Boss is expensive, huh? You're like almost better off trying to buy it, probably. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could try and get like a Garukins and sell that and flip it, but yeah, Ulnatolls is just like super pricey now. That's crazy. Yeah, that sucks, man. Because Ulnatolls definitely is important. I mean, damage over time has always been Thorns' weakness, you know. If you get hit by a big dot, poison, bleed, ignite, like... If there's nothing you're leeching off of at the time, you're gonna die. You know, that's just... That's always been Thorns' downside, is damage over time. It's like, sometimes... You just get fucked. That is the Thorns life. Are we gonna do your Witch Hunter build? Nice. The Whirling Assault one? Oh, that sucks, Sarm. That sucks. Yeah, I got an Ulnatol's yesterday, and I sold it for like 120 divine. I forget what it was. And I still have the one that I loaned Silly Lily, so whenever Lily's done with it, I'll have my old Ulnatol's back. But since I'm playing the private league, you know, I don't really care. I'm also not playing Ulnatol builds right now at the moment, so... No, Ulnatol's are just too good. Like, it's such a damage enabler. There are ways around it, but, you know, if you really want to push it to the max, you know... And it's unfortunately that's so expensive to farm. The Heart of the Well impossible to find? I mean, you're never going to find the perfect Heart of the Well. You just got to get one that's, like, got stuff that's good enough. I don't even have a perfect Heart of the Well. Mine's gain fire damage, gain lightning damage, and crit hit chance. Like, you just got to get one that's good. Rip Kodashi down. I guess it's gone up. I'll check after this Simu. The waves fly. I can't believe we're already on wave 14. What rating did you get for Undying Hate? The number doesn't matter. Just get any of the one of Amanamu.
Believe me, you will fall.
Yeah, I mean, anything in mapping is profitable in my opinion, damn. Like, I've been farming Citadels like crazy, not just like primary fragments, but like the Arbiter fragments, but like the mini Citadels too, because that's where you get Rakiata's Flow. You get a Rakiata's Flow, that's 100 divines. Like, Citadel farming just by like using grand projects is like one of the best farms in the game right now. I survived that boss volley with a reduced recovery rate aura. Definitely big tank right now. That was a mid-run. We got one fear there. So, like, if someone, like, just bought 100, like, 3 divines worth of splinters there and did that run, that definitely would not have paid out there. Yeah, the number on the Amanamu doesn't matter. Like, there's no calculator for it, so it's, like, pointless to buy. You just get one. You just get one. Is it the same Thorn setup from last league, except for being Shaman? It's like, it's slightly different. You know, it's like, you can't really fully diversify Thorns all that much. But the passive tree is a little bit different, so, you know, it looks like, it's, you know, it's still armor, life stacking Thorns, still brass dome, still spear and shield, still same unique, so like 98% the same, yeah. On Shaman with some minor tweaks. Some minor tweaks. Oh, I was gonna look at Ulnatol's, so I was brain fart. 168 divine. That is rough, boys. That is rough. That is rough. Oh yeah, I mean, Ulna Tolls has been more than Rockiata's all league though. Ulna Tolls has been super expensive all league. Yeah, we'll get rid of Wind Dancer for mapping. Let's do a map. Oh, I got a lot of perfect exalts right now. Nice. What's a map I want to do? God damn it. I'm not clicking on those things. I'm just dragging. I like Spring. Oh, but it don't has mods on it. I've lost that Spring. That's why it's still sitting there, because it's lost too. Where's a map I want to do? I've probably done all the ones I want to do. Oh no! Oh no! We can do a Hive. I like Hive. What does Ferocious Roar do for the build? It gives you armor break. So for like bossing specifically, you need a reliable armor break for Scavenge Plating. And depending on how high the armor the boss has, Iron Ward is not enough for it, and Wind Dancer won't work on bossing. Wind Dancer only works for like Simulacrum and mapping. Pull them out of the fog. I'm trapped. Pull them out of the fog for the Omen of Light. Oh, I didn't pull them out of the fog. No, we got an Omen of Liege. We failed the fog kite. I don't know what map I would spam, to be honest. I would spam Spring and Confluence. Spring and Confluence are my two favorite maps by far. I love Spring and I love Confluence. I mean, Spring is the long linear map. Spring is... I'll go show Spring after this map. Like, Spring is the best long linear map. And then Confluence is just a big rectangle. Those are the best two maps, in my opinion. Fortress used to be the best, but not anymore. Open your vouchers. I just got 2 div in mine. I'd never open them. Think of all the divs I've left on the ground there. Think about it. All of them. All of the divines. Where's this boss at? Just ran Spring, so goated. Spring's the best. Spring and Confluence, you guys. Spring and Confluence. I hope the boss isn't right there in that little nipple. It definitely isn't this way. It's probably in that little nipple right there. Son of a bitch. Oh. Yeah, it looks like it is that nipple. Shit! Confluence is amazing. Yeah, Confluence and Spring are the best two. Best two for sure. I love Confluence. It's just a big fucking rectangle. It's just a big box. And then Spring is just a big lane. They are the best. Love those maps. They would be what I would spam always. Yeah, mapping on this build is not near as fun as the supporting fire tactician. That build spoiled me on mapping. Boss time, boss time. Later, bro. Let me see if I can... I don't think I'm going to have a Confluence anywhere. Because I always run Confluence anytime I see it immediately. There's most certainly not going to be a Confluence or a Spring on the map at this point. Like, I just love those maps. So there's Spring. That's what Spring looks like. Confluence is... Where's Confluence? There's Fort... Yeah, here's Confluence. Oh, I have a Confluence! Oh, and it's untainted. We get to do a Confluence. Confluence is the best. It's the best. Which is a big rectangle. Especially if you have like a good projectile build that like clears multi-screens away. It's so good. It's just a big fucking area. I love this map. It's just like, especially when you get something like Breach in it, like you just get this big ass open area. It's just one of those. Temp chains. You just never did the last two consistency points on this character? Rip. Well, hopefully you're about to get a lot of power. Yeah, that happened on one of my characters this league. I just realized, like, after I'd uploaded the build guide, I had realized I hadn't done the final ascendancy points. Just because I just didn't need them for the character. Like, the last points were just so unneeded. Might have actually been the supporting fire tactician. I think it was the supporting fire tactician. I uploaded the first build video for it, and I hadn't done the last ascendancy points. I'm just so tanky, like... It's crazy how tanky the Simulacrum setup is in maps. Like, I don't feel like I'm ever, like, at threat of death. Except for right now. Standing in the abyss stuff. Am I dead? Nope. Almost spoke too soon. The anti-heal abyss mod obviously can still fuck with Thorns. Kite him out of the fog. No, he got the fog down right as he died. Omid of Liege curse. The only thing that sucks about Confluence is this stupid boss. Because this boss is dumb. Can I tank this by sitting in it? This usually hurts really bad. Oh, nice, we lived.
I need more time for that.
Hey, what's up, Jaboozy? Confluence for the win. I mean, this setup is sick for Thorns. Like the fact that I've gotten it to where it can full AFK Simulacrum with you could I've automated the armor break with Wind Dancer Quill Burst. Like, you can do some really creative and fun things with Thorns. Like, you can use Whirling Assault Thorns, you can do Shapeshift Thorns. Like, there's a lot of fun things you can do. It's pretty slept on. Hey, what's up, Streakery? How you doing? But Thorns is cool, man. I think people sleep on its long-term versatility. It's going to be used to enable builds and stuff. Like, it'll be fun. One day. But it has so many problems. It has so many problems that, like, you just have to accept. It's never going to be your main build of the league, in my opinion. But it's always a fun second or third build. And yeah, this is the damage of my defensive setup. Like, you can get way more burst. Like, you can get, like, I want to say, like, a third to almost a half more damage if you, like, optimize around damage instead. But I wanted to make this, like, an AFK Simu build, so. Have you tried Lightning Coil at all? Yeah, like, body armors are so important for Thorns because you get a lot of flat physical Thorns from armor for a high armor base via Revenge. So, like, if you did Lightning Coil, you'd just be, like, giving up a lot of flat Thorns. It's definitely not bad. It can work. But, Brass Dome has been best in slot for Thorns since last patch, and it got buffed this patch, so. Like, Brass Dome is just insane. It's an insane amount of flat armor. It's the same amount of armor. Flat armor. It's an insane amount of defensiveness because you get the no extra damage from critical hits. So it essentially makes crits like a nothing to you. So it's just like... Could you make a Lightning Coil Thorns build work? Probably. But would it be better than, like, Brass Dome? Like, maybe in, like, a very niche setup. But for the generic Thorns build, Brass Dome is just so much bang for its buck. But yeah, there's a reason why Thorns was my 8th character of this league and not my 1st or my 2nd, you know. It's fun when it's fun, and it's not fun when it's not fun. Most of the time, it's fun, though. It is an overall, it's an S-tier fun build. Hey, later, Coop. This is probably my last Simulacrum anyway. I gotta get sleep and do errands before the private league tomorrow. I don't want to be up too late streaming tonight if the private league's tomorrow, you know? And I'm really excited about the private league. I'm really excited about it. I want to stream most of the day, hopefully. What time does the private league start? I think it's 11 a.m. my time. Let me load up the private league. Because it's got a timer on it, I think. Starts in 13 hours, 17 minutes from now. So, yeah, 11 a.m. my time. So I'm gonna like, I know I'm gonna go get my dad lunch before it. So I'll probably like, you know, do some errands, work out in the morning, get lunch, and then I'll be like live right as it's starting, maybe. Kadachi, did you see the podcast today, by the way? Were you in the chat? Did you see, they had to work? Miso's build of the week. Have you seen the Japanese creator that made the instant cast Hammer of Gods? I don't think I have the podcast as a command. There was a podcast today. I'll link the podcast. Give me a second. I need to get a playlist set up for... I'm a really bad streamer. Yeah, I was too. If the private league wasn't starting right now, I would probably mess around with it like Miso is. Like, it looks cool. Yeah, that was the build. The dude put in work. He translated it to English. Like, that's awesome. And yeah, it's a super slick build. Zephyri's Infamy. It's a lineage support gem that he was using with Autolyzed Bloodletting. Just super awesome build. Just spamming Hammer of the Gods. Just spamming them. Like, it's just like, when you look at Hammer of the Gods, that's what you would want the skill to be. Just an absolute beast of a, like a thing you're spamming that's just ramming down hammers, like, it's awesome. I don't know what other glory skills there are, but I would want to do it in a different glory skill. But I don't think there's other good glory skills that are like hammer-like. It's good on Titan. You get a lot more damage. Oh yeah, Spear of Solaris. That's what they said on the podcast. Would do it the Spear of Solaris. Titan is almost as good, but you know, you might not have the same amount of damage. It might be slightly worse. But Titan should be equally tanky at least. The bonded runes for Shaman are really good though. So I don't know what ends up mathing out better. Yeah, maybe I would do it with Spear of Solaris, Kadachi, but I don't think I would do it for the private league, so it would be well, maybe I could do it for the private league as a second character. Oops. But probably not. Probably just one character for the private league. I want to do a temple. I want to do a good temple. I don't know if I want to set up a good Atsiri farming temple or a good temple farming temple, but I want to do one character and commit to the temple. Have you ever done a private league before, Kadachi? I have never done one, so I have no idea what it's going to be like. People are saying it's not going to be as bad as you think it would be. With this many players, especially with like a lot of them being sweats, Like, most people should be selling stuff, and the thing to keep in mind is you have the trade systems that work for it. So that helps a lot for private leagues, right? I don't have a command for the private league. I should have set one up before this stream. I'll get one set up for tomorrow. That's the private league, though. I posted it in both YouTube and Twitch chat. If it's full, you'll get added eventually. It is currently at 15,000 players, and it'll grow over the weekend as streamers are streaming it. And hopefully, GGG is going to give us more slots. It is full right now, but you can still sign up, and there will be more slots by tomorrow. So, I'll be playing boring Gal Shards. I mean, Gal Shards is awesome. Do you know what Ascendancy? I am starting Witch Hunter, but I'm doing a caster build. Witch Hunter, hell yeah. I'm going to try and get Widow Hell early and do a quiver setup for Spark. But I don't know if I'll be able to get an early Widow Hell. Is Widow Hell popular this league for leveling builds? I don't think so, right? Not many people play Widow Hell anymore. I think I want to do Widow Hell, Projectile Speed, Quiver, Cheese for my Spark Witch Hunter, but I think ultimately you're going to play Wand and Focus. Or a Staff. Sork Ward, High Rider too? Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I'm doing a Sorcery Ward, High Desire. Yeah, I mean, I've already told you. It's really good. It's a really good setup. Hopefully we can both get High Desire in the private league for reasonable costs. I assume it's going to be like one of the chase items we have to get, like, you know, several Divine, not a day one buy. But I think we'll both be, like, I think it'll be fine. 15,000 players is a lot. And they're not like 15,000 casuals, right? Like, if it was a normal league, you would assume like a large proportion of the player base is casuals that won't really engage in trade or whatever, but it's a private league for trade, so I assume, like, you know, obviously a lot of people will quit fast, but the ones that don't will be trading well. Oh no, I'm not worried about it. And Galv Charge is like, you picked a good build for it, Nam. Gal Sarge is very solo self-found friendly. From my place, at least. E level 7 characters using some twink gear, using bear form. Very slam my way through the game. Slam from bear looks fun, I'm not gonna lie. Another Suffering. We keep getting Sufferings, which are 1.5 Divines each. That's awesome. We have not gotten a single Isolation today. That is pretty crazy. I'm totally addicted again. Haha, yeah, I mean, I talk about it all the time on stream, but I love fresh starts. I like in MMOs in any game. I'm always down for like a group of people who want to do a fresh start in a fresh economy. Even if it only lasts a few days, that first few days of everyone playing together and like the rush and like all that stuff, that's always so much fun to me, so. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I've actually got like league start jitters, you know. I can't wait to be playing tomorrow. I can't wait to try my new build. They are milking my Breach Splinters. Prices at tier 3 run is almost 3 down. Yet. Boss attempts are crazy. Like, it's hard to make video guides right now where you want to show every tier 3 boss. It takes, like, if you were to do a cycle of Uber Arbiter, and then tier 3 Zetch, tier 3 Simulacrum, tier 3 Ritual, and tier 3 Olroth, you're looking at like 20 Divines. Just to showcase all those bosses. It's crazy. And that's just to showcase them. Like, you don't even get to farm them. It's crazy. This league is so crazy with it's good for people who don't do those bosses, right? Like, if you don't want to do the bosses, right, you just sell those splinters like Swave Sailing, right? He just sells splinters. He makes bank all league, right? Like, I get it. I dropped Last Flame. Sheesh. Yeah, if you got a Last Flame, you just like dump that Divine in the boss runs. Like that's why I can do so many Simulacrum runs. Like I can afford to dump into all these splinters, and then I'll probably make a little bit of profit, so I don't lose out. Oh, you do the runs? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do the runs too. Especially Zet runs. Like Ulna Tolls is worth it. Catalysts still sell for a fuckload. What are average catalysts selling for? Like Reavers, are they like over 30 exalts by now? Probably 50 exalts or something crazy. Like Jet's probably nuts. Damn, I cannot believe we haven't gotten isolation tonight. That is crazy, guys. I think 45 now. Nice. Hey, do it, Jaboozy. I would love to see how it goes for you, man. Because I keep saying it. I'm probably going to repeat it like all League. Like, I might League start in 0.5, the supporting fire build, depending on what comes. Like, if we get Duelist or something like that, then obviously that throws everything out the window. But I would love to see how it does in a fresh start environment. I'm not going to play it, but if you played it, I would love to hear how it went for you. Because I absolutely loved that build. I genuinely love the supporting fire tactician. The choir level 20 is like 80 divine. Sheesh. I don't think Ulls and like the lineage support gems would be that overpriced on the private league. I think it's going to be way better, but we'll see. Luckily, I don't need Ulna Tolls for my build, but I might need Rockiatas or Autolyze Bloodletting. I think Hyre's Ire is definitely going to be the hardest thing to get. I honestly don't think the Line of Kolgor or whatever, no, Line of Ulroth gem's going to be that hard to get, because no one plays it. Someone's going to get it as a drop. It'll be like a Divine. Hyre's Ire is the one I'm most worried about right now. I've also seen a couple people are playing Culling Strike builds. I don't know what Myris Uxor is going to be like to get. I imagine getting a Myris Uxor is going to be fine. And I might not even play it, to be honest. We might play an EV helmet. Honestly, late game, +3 Amulet is better than Choir. I mean, yeah, we had that conversation on the podcast today where plus gem levels is still just too damn good. And like trivial, like a lot of unique items are unusable because they don't have gem levels on them. Straight up, like period. Like they're just completely like the effect on them is awesome and gives you a lot of damage, but this +7 melee skills weapon is just way better. Like it is unfortunate. I'm going to start late. Yeah, I mean, a few people are starting late. I think Miso might start late. Prada said he's starting late. I've been wanting to play the build that I'm playing in the league start for like 4 to 5 days now. So like I've been like withholding myself from starting it. So like if I wanted to play it right now, like, yeah. Like, I would have already started playing it, so. That's why I played Thorns right now, so I needed something filler to do until the league started, and Thorns was perfect for me for that, so. I don't stream that often, Swave. I'm not a full-time content creator, and my PC has been kind of fucked up lately. I haven't been able to stream until recently, so. I don't stream very often. Only until recently I started streaming kind of daily. So have you decided on a starter build then? Yeah, I have. Sorry. You're okay to re-ask. Streamer life is repeating what you say over and over again. Yeah, I'm going to play a int stacking Culling Strike Spark Witch Hunter. I found most of y'all through Prada, to be honest. That's awesome. Prada is great. Yeah, I'm an off-meta build maker, so... Unless you watch the podcast or you, like, play one of my weird builds, you know. I'm definitely not one of the biggest creators on the platform. The biggest thing I'm part of is definitely the podcast at this point, which I fucking love. I love the podcast. That's where I'm at, Young. Like, I would love to League start supporting Fire next League. I just don't know if I will. Yeah, Prado makes great builds. His builds are insanely cracked. We'll have a lot of successful YouTube videos. Like, all my Thorns builds usually get like 50,000 to 100,000 views. Like, I've had quite a few builds pop off. Like, my Bulletstorm Witch Hunter build pops off, but it's just like, when you're an off-meta creator, you know, you have builds that do successful, like, that's fine, but, like, you know, it's not the same level of popularity that, like, a Dead Rabbit or a Prada gets. Like, those builds are just fucking insane, and when you can, like, clear maps in 2 minutes, you, like, cover the screen in that many projectiles, like, those builds are just always the most popular. Yeah, competing with flashy builds, exactly. And oftentimes those builds end up being budget-friendly. Sometimes Dead Rabbit builds aren't budget-friendly, but a lot of those builds end up being budget-friendly. So they're easy to get into, and they're the coolest-looking ones, right? I mean, for sure, if it had an additional tag, it would be better, but... I don't think I would give it the attack tag. I would give it the projectile tag, Jaboozy. Of all the tags I would start with adding with, I would give it a projectile tag. I don't think I would give it the attack tag. Minion plus projectile would be a good starting point for scaling it, in my opinion. I have not played the new Sorceress yet. No, I have not played the Disciple. It's on my list, just like none of it has called to me yet. Like, I need to see something that inspires me with it. Because, like, all the skills I wanted to use with it, people have already done, like, what I wanted to do with it, or the skill sucks. Like, the Beetle does not seem very good. I wanted to do a Beetle build, and meh. There will be a Disciple Jin build one day from me. I'm just, yeah, I gotta get inspired. And I've just been getting inspired a lot this league. Like, this is my 8th build or something, right? I'm gonna start my 9th build tomorrow, so, like, there's just been so many really cool builds that I've already just been pulled towards. Agreed, Makur. I think PoE 2 is great for off-meta builds, to be honest. There's a lot of really fun ones. The content is overall easier, so you can get away with playing off-meta builds as well. Like, only having tier 3 content, like, you know, it made a lot of the builds more accessible. I got a lot of builds, man. I do, like, Thorns builds. I do, like, supporting, like, I don't know. Any weird shit I like to do. But I've also done, like, some pretty popular, like, I don't know if you would call, like Bulletstorm Witch Hunter. Would you call that off-meta? That was, like, a really, that became a very popular and powerful build. I guess it's technically off-meta, but, like, sometimes the off-meta builds I make end up being, like, not shit. They end up being, like, reasonably good builds. It just depends. It's definitely off-meta, but, like, sometimes people define off-meta as shit. And there is, there are good off-meta builds. But yes, it was definitely off-meta, but it wasn't like your average off-meta. It was just, you know, it was definitely niche. Culling Strike's weird, so... Have you looked into your RF Roa build this week? Yeah, we've a few people have played it. I haven't played it, but it's about the same from what I understand. Some things got nerfed about it, some things are better. That was definitely a weird build that was, like, niche. I mean, yeah, Swave. That's basically, like, I remember when I first started making PoE 2 content, like, I kept getting confused by everyone saying, like, meta versus off-meta, and, like, it just took me a while to accept that in PoE, when people say meta, they don't mean anything to do with, like, how good the build is. It's purely, like, popularity and ease of access. Like, a meta build in PoE is not the best. It is just popularity almost. Like, popular and, like, ease of access. Like, when I first started making PoE builds, like, I used to be like, because when you come to, like, I come from, like, fighting games and competitive games, and when you hear off-meta in those games, it almost always means, like, kind of bad, right? Like, if you play off-meta characters in, like, a fighting game or a MOBA, like, sure, you can be really good with them, but, like, you know, you're kind of, like, gimping your team, you know, like, there's, like, a layer of, like, bad to off-meta builds in most games, but in PoE, off-meta does not mean bad at all half the time. Like, I used to be like, I don't know, like, this build was off-meta, guys, it's pretty good, and they're like, well, that's not what off-meta means, you know, here. Like, off-meta just means, you know, PoE Ninja play rates and stuff. So, just like, you know, I was like, oh, okay, well, if that's what it means, then sure, I do weird stuff that most people don't do. That's fine. Like my Potion Parry Pathfinder, I think that is like the examples of an insanely off-meta build that I've done. How many people were doing Freezing Concoction with parry? Like, I think when I posted the build, there was 4 people on PoE Ninja that were using the setup. Like, that's one of the most off-meta builds I've ever done, so. But that doesn't mean it was bad, right? Because it killed, like, every pinnacle boss in the game, so. I wish I would have... I was not in a good mood mentality-wise, like, because sometimes, like, creating content is, like, very draining, it takes a lot of effort and stuff. I wanted to do a bigger showcase for the Potion Parry Pathfinder, but I just, like, I was busy with work, and I was in a bad mentality about the content creation stuff, so I just did, like, a 3-minute showcase for the Potion Parry Pathfinder. It obviously would not have been a very popular build, because it's very, like, it was very off-meta, the clear wasn't great, but it was super fun. That was, like, one of my favorite builds to cook. Like, that build was just so satisfying to, like, build from the ground up and then finish it. It was just like, wow, that's actually ended up working. Like, Potion Parry Pathfinder was not completely ass. And that was very fun to make. So, for, like, my first 3 leagues swab of making builds, I used to, like, be really bad at making currency. Like, my builds on average had 5 to 10 divines invested into them just because I sucked ass at making currency. But the last league and this league, I've just been, like, learning how to craft bases and, like, all the farming methods and stuff. And, like, this is the first league I've ever made expensive builds before. Like, I've had multiple, like, 200 to 300 divine characters this league. And then part of that's because of the inflation, obviously. But, I've also just, like, become a better player at making money. So, like, I used to just only do budget builds, but it's just because I was broke all the time. But now I actually know how to farm, I know how to craft bases, and that's been the biggest help for me as a build maker. Is I actually just get to make fun, powerful builds. That Twister Witch, like, 800 div and the PB Arrow almost 2 mirror? Hell yeah. I really want to, like, every league I just make new characters because I just don't enjoy the endgame grind that heavily. I really wanted this league to be my first character I tried to get level 100 on that I played for multiple weeks, but just, like, I don't have the, I just, like, my enjoyment for the game right now is just making builds and trying new ideas. And once the build is, like, finished, and you know what I mean by finished, right? Like, most builds are finished at, like, 80% to 90% power, right? And that last 10% is you being, like, a cringe sweatlord, right? You're, like, you're doing it overkill, right? Usually when I hit that 80 to 90% area is when I lose interest in the build, because you get no more big power spikes. It's always like that last 10% is like 1%, 1%, 1%, 1%, half a percent. And each of those like tiers is like several hundred divines sometimes. Usually when I hit that wall is when I lose interest in a build. It's not because I don't want to play the build anymore, but like the joy for me is like solving those points that get you that big jump up in power, or you're like stuck at 60%, how do you get to 80%? Those are the things I enjoy about the game right now, and I need a bigger end game for me to like commit to one character for like weeks. So that's just like where my, like, that's why I re-roll so much, is like, I've never made a multi-mirror character before, because I stop the character before I get to that point. And I would love, like, I want to do that. Like, if 0.5 comes with, like, Delve and the endgame rework, I will sit and Delve until 100. Like, absolutely. Prada has a video about currency farming, or excuse me, about crafting bases and farming bases. That's where I've made a lot of my currency this league, is just the Prada filter. The filter I'm using right now is his filter, and I made a lot of currency early on crafting bases. And then at this point, you can just play any content to make currency, like, so. But Citadel hopping is how I made a lot of currency as well. So Prada's filter and then Citadel hopping. And by Citadels, I don't just mean like Shaman Ra and like the Arbiter Citadels. The mini Citadels too. Farming for Rakiata's flows, Garukin resolves and stuff. I was farming with those with Visions of Paradise to get 2 chances at them. So like, you know, I've sold multiple Rakiatas this league. I've sold 1 or 2 Garukins. I can't remember. And then the fragments sell for multiple divines right now. You can do Citadels twice with the Visions of Paradise, so I don't know, this was just a really good build, like, patch for me, I guess, because, like, my favorite playstyle has always been Citadel hopping. Like, every league, I just go from Citadel, 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 and this patch was just really good for that. But, like, for me, I just want to play Delve. Like, Delve is my jam. You sold, like, 10 ulls this league? Nice. Farming Jet is worth it. Because even breach rings are still just money. And then, yeah, all the jackpots, ulls, choir, like... Yeah, and the rings, yep, you perfect exalt the bases. Perfect exalts are cheap as fuck right now because of Temple. And, yeah, you can just get some Giga Breach rings really easily. Nice, well, yeah, I mean, it's super easy to do right now. You just get a good enough base and you just slam that shit. Yeah, so that's like another reason why this league was like not as exciting. Like I love this league. It might be my favorite league yet, but like I really didn't get to experience Temple like everyone else because of all the characters I made. I really hope Temple is account-wide in the next patch. It not being count-wide really sucks for players like me that just play different characters all the time. I was really sad about that. I think it was just either an oversight on their end, Suave, or they were just rushed and didn't have time to get it in. Like, I don't think they intentionally thought, like, this should be character locks. I think it was just either rushed or an oversight. based off of how many patches they've done for Temple and the state of it throughout the patch, like, I'm guessing it was an oversight, because the whole mechanic seems semi-rushed. But I'm excited. Like, Temple is like the kind of mechanic I would like. Like, the fact that it gets tanky, like it gets hard. Like, I love that shit. I would like. I'm part of the reason I'm playing the private league is so I get to commit to one character for a week or two and try and build a Temple. I think the Temple is a great idea. Definitely half-baked. We got an undercooked, rushed-out system because they're committed to this league launch schedule. But I love the concept of Temple. I think it's awesome. Like, I love its Zeri farming. I think, like, in time, Temple has the potential to become one of the most popular and, like, fan-favorite mechanics if it goes core. Like, I really think Temple is cool. It just was, like, yeah, very half-baked. Like, it was 50% cooked, for sure. And yeah, it's just in a lot better spot. You know, the fact that GGG was willing to revert the lock change as well just shows, like, you know, that they're the goated company they are. Yeah, just gotta hope that endgame rework. And yeah, we also have the private league tomorrow where we get to see what the, like, it obviously is a fake example of what the economy will look like, but we get a second chance with Temple impacting the economy. So in the private league, we'll get to see, like, what the new Temple, the more balanced Temple feels like on a league start. I mean, yeah, like, for me, like, I don't understand a lot of GGG's changes. Half the time they post something, I wish they put developer insights with it. That's like the one gripe I have about GGG right now, is there's no developer insights in any of their patch notes. It's just they just send something out and they don't explain why or what their thought process was behind it. We're left to assume a lot of the time why they do stuff. Like the fact that we got the lock changes, the medallion changes, happened and then reverted without any comment from GGG is crazy to me. Like, they literally didn't say anything. I mean, even Blizzard is good with their dev insights and their patch notes, which is crazy, right? Like, GGG does no dev insights. Like, the only time you get dev insights, which, to be fair, when they do the Ziggity and the Zizarin interviews and stuff, those dev insights, like, are S tier, right? Like, that's, like, the best type of dev insight you can get. But when it comes to patch notes, GGG, like, they don't communicate shit in patch notes. It's just a list of every change in the log, and they don't comment on anything. Yeah. There's just a lack of communication on patches. Like, because we literally have, like, you're just left to guess what GGG wants the Temple to be. Because they don't say anything. Yeah, PTSD from Diablo, I'll never go back. I'll probably never go back either. Not after playing PoE 2. There's no way I could go back after, but I didn't hate Diablo 4. I actually like the PvP in it. If you go look at my YouTube channel and you sort by the oldest videos, my first videos were Diablo 4 PvP videos, killing people with Thorns. So. Outside of the PvP, though, and the fact that, like, they have the pay-for classes, the expansion packs, like, I ain't about that. Not when PoE 2 and PoE 1 are free to play and as good as they are, you know? I can't believe we got 0 isolations. D4 Thorns was fun. Yeah, dude, I love Diablo 4 Thorns. And yeah, I made PvP videos with it. Like, what is Delve? Delve is a PoE 1, like, league mechanic, but it's like a side thing. Like, it's not something you do in maps really at all. Like, it's actually very close to Temple. So, like, you know how in Temple you go in the maps and you clear the little, like, platform and it gets you juice, right? That's how Delve works. You collect Sulfite in maps and then you go to this, like, mine. It's called Delve. And you're just digging down. And it has infinite, not infinite depth, but it has like essentially infinite depth. You can go deeper and deeper and deeper, and the deeper you go, the harder the content gets. And for me, Delve is very much kind of like Simulacrum is, like right here, where you go to an area, kind of. It's not exactly like Simulacrum, but it's like you just go to these little pod areas and you fight a wave of mobs. But it has like this depth to it that I love. That is like a benchmark for it's a benchmark for build makers that I very much like. Like, if you were to do a build every league, in like this league you got to delve depth 800, but in the next league you got to delve depth 1200, that 400 depth to me is like a good benchmark for how good your build was. Like, if you can get deep with delve, it means you're doing something right. And it's just side content. It's like, I've never been the biggest fan of mapping. I think that some of the delve bosses are really fun too. The Crystal King is awesome. But yeah, I don't know. Like, delve is very brain off. Like, it's hard to explain without, like, you have to play it almost. But like, you just kind of get to go. It's almost like Alken Go mapping without like less effort. There is some thought to delve because you have to learn how like the biomes work, and like you can end up getting yourself killed in delve by not paying attention to what the biomes are and stuff. As someone who plays like Thorns like builds, right, where like almost all of my builds, I hate glass cannon builds. Like, I stopped playing my reverse chill Deadeye because I hate glass cannon builds. Like, I just can't do them. Delve is like a defense check. Like, you can't play glass cannon builds in Delve because the deeper you go, it's just like you need a beef boy to do it. And I don't know, this, yeah, Delve isn't for everybody, but the people that like Delve, I've never met a person that likes delve that's a bad person. It's impossible. It's impossible. You're just an inherently good human being by delving. And delve is great money, yeah. Delve is great money. Like, there are a lot of really good boss drops. But you could just sell, I forget what they're called off the top of my head. What are the little the main thing you buy from Nico that sells, that does the socket thing or whatever. Resonators, yeah, resonators. Resonators are just very consistent currency. Like, delve makes me the most money in PoE 1. It's just a very brain off and easy farm. But it's also difficult, so it gets difficult, right? Like, and there's people who like push like delve to like as deep as it can go and stuff. I forget what the delve cap is, but it's pretty damn big. And yeah, if delve came to PoE 2, I would be living in it all league. 64,000, right? Yeah, if delve was in PoE 2, I would be in it, like, especially for Thorns, right? Like, this is essentially what delve is. You get to an area, you trigger the spot, and then a bunch of mobs just spawn and start attacking you, right? They'd be great for Thorns in my head, right? Like, this is basically how a delve encounter goes. You carve the path to the area, and like there's different encounters. Like, sometimes you'll deal with the mercenary people, sometimes you'll deal with like different mob types, sometimes there'll be mini bosses. You're mainly trying to find like Crystal King and stuff, but it's very much just this, where you carve to an area and you just stand there, and it's really fun. It's really fun. Now I'm wanting to play 3.28. I want to delve. I love me some delve, guys. I think people sleep on EV deflection. This was my first league doing EV deflection, and it is really good. You know, yes, there's the argument that if the evasion roll misses and then the deflection roll mixes, like, it will randomly get one shot, but I had like 2,500 life and a really high EV on my my Poison Pathfinder, and like I was almost never dying. Like, EV deflection felt really good to me, but like people shit talk. It was my first time trying it, and people shit talk it like it's by far the worst defensive layer in the game. But it didn't feel that bad to me, you know. We yearn for the mines, indeed. Indeed. And yes, we did get Delve stuff data mine. We did get Delve stuff data mine. I believe it was the Resonators actually that got data mined. And it's funny, on the podcast leading up to this patch, I was swearing up and down, we're getting Delve this patch. It's coming, because I believe the data mines. I was one of those guys that was like, yeah, Delve 0.4. Nope. No Delve. Maybe 0.5, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just like tanky characters. Like, Smiths are great. That's part of the reason why I like Witch Hunter, especially with the new Sorcery Ward. New Sorcery Ward is amazing. Yeah, I mean, Act 4 was clearly hinting towards Delve with all the soul fights, so it's clearly coming. It's just, is Delve coming in a way that Delvers will like it, right? Every system from PoE 1 that gets ported over to PoE 2 is going to have a PoE 2 twist on it, right? And you just got to hope that they don't twist Delve in the wrong direction. Because, you know, you have Temple, right? Temple is semi-Delvish, but it's not Delve enough, you know? And a lot of people, like, I don't agree with the people that compare the Infinite Atlas to Delve. Those people have never delved. Anyone who says the Infinite Atlas is like Delve, they have never delved. They're nothing comparable. At all. Wasn't intentional, we said. What do you think of the budget of getting this build into Sim? If you're talking about base Simulacrum, like 20 Divine tops. But the AFK Simulacrum 3, like me, I mean, I've put a good amount of Divine, like 50 at least, to get to this point. But I've put, like, this is like 200 Divine that I'm at right here to get this tanky and this, like, much damage. But to, like, start doing Simulacrum, not AFK where you're actually, like, fighting back and helping, that's really cheap. The only reason why this is expensive is because I'm doing AFK Simulacrum. I set up an AFK build. If you did like a normal Thorns build, like, you could do Simu 3 with a very cheap budget. How you get endurance charges is through my Wind Dancer tech. Wind Dancer has Quill Burst. So when Wind Dancer goes off, it does Quill Burst, which does my Thorns damage. Quill Burst benefits from some support gems in the skill it's in. So I have Armor Break 3 in. So my Wind Dancer goes off, then the Wind Dancer makes Quill Burst go off, and the Quill Burst is breaking armor, which has a 20% chance to give me an endurance charge. Hey, what's up, Angry Beard? How you doing, man? I'm doing good, dude. Just a chill stream of the AFK Simulacrum farm before the private league tomorrow. I'm really just like, you know, trying to kill time before the private league. I'm really excited about it, so we're just chilling. We're just chilling. I am hyped for the private league, though. I have a fun build idea, and I just love, like, yeah. This game's too fun, so I'm excited to play it tomorrow with everybody. Good to see everyone race to endgame again. Finally, we got our first isolation of the day. 3 hours of farming Simulacrum, we get our first isolation. Those were 5 divine, so definitely worth. Ugh. And yeah, today we had the podcast with Prada. So far, the comments have been really good. I was kind of nervous that they would be toxic, but they don't look toxic so far. So yeah, today was a good day. I enjoyed the podcast. I love Prada. We're gonna have to get him back consistently because that was just such a fun talk. A 3-hour podcast. I've never done a 3-hour podcast before.
A druid knows to travel light.
Do you not wonder what tugs at the strings? What satisfying this beckons you to fall?
But yeah, Thorns is very cheap to get online, Glam. But if you want to do what I'm doing, just AFK Simulacrum, like that gets costly. Probably didn't feel like it. It didn't. No, it flew by. Like I said, I do show notes for the podcast every week. The show notes, the show always opens with what we call Bro Talk. It's just us catching up over what we've done the last week and then talking about what builds we've been playing. And then after that, Bro Talk is like just talking about whatever's on your mind before we get into the show notes. Usually Bro Talk is like 10 to 20 minutes tops. And that's like 20 minutes tops is like pushing it. Usually Bro Talk's very quick and we get into the topic list. In this episode, we Bro Talk for 90 minutes. We were just talking about whatever was on Prada's mind for like, in our minds too, for 90 minutes before we started the actual topic list. So like when an episode goes like that and we're just like talking about like whatever's on the mind and it's just like, you know, pure PoE passion, those are the best episodes. And we're definitely gonna have to get Prada back on. He will be one of the regulars. Like, we've already had a few regulars. We've had Talking to Try on twice. We've had King Conger on twice. And we've had Farmer on twice. Farmer's probably coming on again soon, too. So Farmer's probably going to be the first repeat. But Prada's definitely going to be someone who repeats a lot. I have not done any Cast 1 stun builds, but it is always recommended to me. I'm a big PoE 1 newbie. I sometimes skip leagues, especially depending on what's going on. I get, you know, especially with PoE 2 now, like, swapping between both games is really hard for me, just because I like to take breaks, but I think that like, there's a very good chance I do a Cast on stun build. I don't know if it'll be in 3.28, but it could. Like, I get recommended Cast 1 stunned all the time. Hey, another Divine. I get recommended all the time. I did, have you done Tempest Shield, Chaos? I did Tempest Shield in 3.26, for Delve, and I really like Tempest Shield. That one was fun, but, everyone said that Tempest Shield was like, it wasn't very good. Like, I could only get to, like, Delve level 4 or 500 with the version I was doing. I would love to get Delve mentioned. That's probably like my mention thing at this point. But everyone was like recommending me to try out Cast 1 Stun. It's on my list for sure. In 3.27, I did a weird build. I did a Poison Cyclone Assassin. I hadn't played Cyclone in a while. Cyclone's like normally my go-to skill, and like any ARPG, I love Spin the Win. So I was just trying that out in 3.27. But I'm not good at PoE 1. I'm a big newbie at PoE 1. Oh, and we had DM on twice, too. I forgot DM's been on twice. Yeah, DM and Farmer were both great. Yeah, I mean, I love DM. Obviously, there's like a bunch of people we'd like to get on. I want Gazzy on, but I don't think Gazzy likes me, so I don't think he would come on the podcast. We'd have to see. But I would love Gazzy on. He seems really cool. And really smart. Oh yeah, I almost did Retaliate Gladiator last patch, Kenzie. Before I was actually thinking of doing Retaliate until I was like, oh, you know what? I'm being baited by these assassin changes, so I went and did the poison stuff. But a lot of people recommended Retaliate Gladiator. In fact, one of my best friends ended up playing Retaliate Gladiator last patch. That might be what I play too. Like, Retaliate Gladiator is also high on the list. Nice, Kodachi. Thanks for testing that, because, yeah, depending on if it works, you know, that might be what I do when I return from the private league, is mess with that tech. You're a high standing in PoE 1? I've never gotten to heist. I never really got into heist. But the people that love heist, they fucking love it, so. I think GGG said that, in one of the interviews forever ago, I'm pretty sure they said that they're not going to make any brand new mechanics for PoE 2 until they've ported over all the PoE 1 mechanics they want. So, I imagine at some point we are getting heist. And harvest, delve. Like, I'm sure we're getting all of it. I know harvest is super popular. I know a lot of people want harvest, right? Are ice crossbow skills viable? Yep. Yep. Almost all the crossbow skills are viable, to be honest. Crossbow skills are really good. Like, what do you mean by viable, though? Like, comparable to, like, the lightning ones? Like, fragmentation rounds, galvanic shards. They're both, like, really good, but freeze crossbow skills are really good, too. You can, like, permanently freeze bosses with the freezing one. The freezing version of fragmentation rounds. But the lightning crossbow skills are just better because lightning is overpowered in general. Hard to beat galvanic shards. Yeah, it'd be great, Young. You'd have no problem playing an ice crossbow merc. No problem at all. You have Embitter scaling, you have Hyri's Ice scaling, like... You have Herald of Ice Cheese, like... Absolutely, it'd be fine. You'd be able to do most content with it, for sure. Yeah, I think I'm crazy tomorrow for, like, League starting Mercenary, and I won't be playing crossbows. Like, I'm just going... Hopefully I'll be starting Spark by, like, the leaving Clearfell. Like, I'll just play it with a shit wand. And hope I get something good. Yeah, ever since I made the adjustments, the stream this morning I was dying a lot, but now that I've gotten my life to almost 2,900, and I like changed some of the passive trees, I'm like not dying at all now. It's really nice. I wish I had another like 300 life, and then I would be like really happy. Either another 300 life or another 20,000 armor, and I'd be really happy. But I don't think you could get another 20,000 life and not another 300 life unless you're a Titan. With a Titan, you could probably get closer to 4,000 life, but as a Shaman, it's harder.
Path to Exile 2.
Okay, someone linked me the podcast saying there was no sound on it, but I hear sound.
Version 1.
Yeah, they're tripping. Why are they saying that? Podcast has sound.
You can't get rid of the Exile. I can.
Damn, we really only got one Megalomaniac today, too. We had bad Megalomaniac RNG. One Suffering, one Megalomaniac, but I feel like we still made profit. We got a lot of Sufferings. Those are 1.5 divs each. And we did get one Megala that might suffer 10-ish Divine, so... I know they're not called Megalas, but... I'll call them Megalos forever. Nice, Jabuzi, yeah. I need to figure out how I'm going to do my temple. I think I'm going to try and do the same. Like, tomorrow, whenever I set up the fresh start character or whatever, I think it's just going to be farming Architect until I get enough of the medallions unlocked, and then just try and get them in position, and then you just go from there, right? Ooh, we almost died to those Chaos Seeds, but not tanky enough for the Chaos Seeds. Bub's new video has multiple ways of doing it. Like, how new? Which, like, a few days ago, or, like, today new? I just want to make sure. Oh, another isolation. Hey, we don't get isolations all day. We get 2 back-to-back. That's, like, 10 to 9. One day, sweet. So there's a new one. Okay. I haven't seen his new one, then, so... I'll watch that before the league tomorrow. I'll probably watch it at the gym tomorrow, and then, I'll get an idea of what to do. So just how expensive is this build? To get Thorns started, it's insanely cheap. But to, like, be able to, like even to be able to do Simulacrum 3, it's cheap. But if you want a full AFK like this, that's not cheap. To be able to full AFK like this took a lot of gear. Like, to be able to do this is not cheap. But, to just be able to actually do Simulacrum 3 where you're actually fighting with the enemies, like fighting and not like being AFK, it's very cheap. Like, Thorns is not the most expensive build on the planet, that's for sure. But where I'm at, I have put a buttload of currency in, so... Hey, nice, Kenzie. Yeah, the Megalos can sell for a lot. Like, sometimes they're duds, but they can easily go from 50 to 200 divines. Like, if you get the right one, they are very good. 5 Ires. Where the bosses spawn up here. Where are they? No bosses this wave? Oh, they spawn down here. Alright, final wave.
Believe me,
Time to get a Megla.
Exile.
Alright.
Keep your precious sanity, my agent of chaos. You shall serve me, whether you like it or not.
So we're still not even halfway through all the splinters I brought. But we are doing pretty good, I want to say. Still got 4,273 splinters to do. So in terms of raw divines, I want to say we're like halfway through the 50 runs. Maybe a little more than halfway. We've gotten maybe 10 to 15 raw divines. But this is all of the pods we've gotten. The 2 isolations alone, that's what, 10 divine? Maybe 12 divine? We'll see. So 9 divine right now, but we could get 10 divine if we just listed them for 5 each. They would eventually sell. The sufferings, that's another like 6 divine. The fears. Wow, the spheres are a lot of divine too. Like, despairs that's a handful of divine. Like, nice. So even off of like not selling Meglas, just off of those, we've made a good amount of currency. But I'm pretty tired, guys. That was just a random late night stream after like eating dinner and the podcast. But with the private league tomorrow, I need to get some sleep so I can get the errands done in the morning and so I can be live for when it starts. The private league is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's the time zone I'm in. It's in a little over 12 hours from now. I will be live streaming the private league along with a lot of other streamers and stuff. I know a lot of you guys are playing in the private league tomorrow, so I wish you guys the best of luck. I'm doing a Culling Strike, Spark, Hyres Ire, Black Tenant, weird build. So if you get gear I need, sell it to me. I'll buy it from you tomorrow during the league start or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to take off, guys. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good night. Let me see if there's anyone. Is Miso live? If Miso's live, I could host him. I don't know if he's live this early. Doesn't look like it. It's hard to know who wants host from me, so I always try to just host friends. You never know who doesn't like the Taurus guy. Oh, Zegers is playing. Oh, wait, never mind. He's not playing PoE too. All right, GG's, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow.